Oh, we hit the Challenger Poro to clear the way for Teemo. That's so good. Oh, that feels so, so good. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right. We did it.
Never underestimate the power of the Scouts Code.
Cosmic here, and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video. So I finally decided on sort of a schedule, and I kind of want to mention this up front just so you know what you're getting into and kind of set the tone for future videos. So going forward, since it is a Friday, this is going to be more of a fun Friday list. So breaking up the week, Mondays are going to be more meta videos, so things like Deep, things like Karma Ezreal, really focus more on kind of what you're going to be finding on ladder, kind of what's the next best thing to play sort of thing. Wednesdays will always be some kind of weekly meta report, just kind of talking through the numbers that's available via Mobalytics and just being overall diving into it, see what new trends are happening and all that good stuff. And then, as I mentioned, Friday is just going to be fun stuff I see either in normals. A viewer sent me the list, right? So these are just going to be from random sources. In some cases, if it's from either a viewer or from the Discord, I'll give them a shout out. This one was from a random name. It was like BMLJT or something. In normals, I forgot to write it down. I faced them once and saw it, and then I didn't run into them again. So I can't give them proper credit, but hey, if you're out there, thank you. This list has been a lot of fun to play. Again, full disclosure, I think my win rate's like at 45% right now. It's still very much in tuning. And one of the things I will mention that is very different from what you're going to see, and I apologize, I didn't change it sooner. The games are going to be from what I played during the week, but there was the Grifter that was here originally, and then I put in Chumpwump. You just need more cards that are going to make both Fizz elusive, and then at some point in the week I made the change to put Rummage in the list, so just more ways to find your combo pieces and really dig deeper through the deck. Again, this is going to be a all-in Von Yipp deck, which up front I will never recommend or shouldn't recommend that you build just such a all-in type of deck, because obviously if you don't hit the combo piece of it, it's going to feel really bad. So you'll see there's a lot of dedicated draw to finding that piece. So again, more fun than competitive, but you know, when people see Teemo and Fizz, and sometimes you just play Teemo on turn one, they'll just auto scoop. So hey, in some cases you will just get faster and free XP. So we'll go through it. We'll kind of talk through some of the key cards and really what's important. And I guess I should actually just start with Professor Von Yipp, right? If you haven't seen this card, and also full disclosure, this is actually Professor Von Yipp, which I didn't find out until yesterday at the time of recording this, but interesting nonetheless. But regardless, this is what you see, right? So this is what we're going to focus on. When you summon a one-cost ally, grant it +2/+2. Again, keeping in mind, if you have two of these in play, it's +4/+4. Why am I revisiting this? Why do I think it can actually be good once we finish it out? Is thanks to this card, which Bilgewater added. Double Trouble, as you think about the one drops, generally they are going to be a little bit more power driven. Now it is any region, but generally speaking, if you have a Von Yipp or even two on board and maybe a Double Trouble or two, you suddenly have a very aggressive board out of nowhere that it's going to be difficult for your opponent to handle, right? So actually my best win rate so far is against both Karma Lux and Karma Ezreal type of decks. Obviously, the Ezreal focus is going to be a little bit more difficult if they just have a bunch of cheap ping removal because your Von Yipp will never stick. But that's why we'll have Suit Up, which we'll talk about in a moment. But Double Trouble, honestly, the more I play this card, it's crazy good for like what it wants to do. So it's definitely more of like a combo enabler type of thing, right? Like if you can't just play this in any deck, you really want to have more of a focus on it to get the value out of it. But I really think Double Trouble is kind of what helps push this. And then kind of the other like more secondary card, and I talked about this in the review video, is Jagged Taskmaster. Just generally buffing all of your units +1 attack is really nice, because late game you'll get into a position where even if you don't have Von Yipp, suddenly you'll be having like 4 or 5 attack units where you're just spamming the board out with them, and it doesn't matter if you have Von Yipp at that point, right? You just need to go wide enough, and Taskmaster allows you to do that fairly easily with being able to close out the game with just, you know, 3 or 4 units, because any one of them hitting is going to be lethal at that point. The other thing that's really important to mention here is that Taskmaster is just very aggressively statted anyways, like being a 4/3, but then keeping in mind, you again can't just put this in any list. You have to put it in a list that's focused around one drop. So that's really where this kind of all comes together, and I've been really happy with it so far. What else do we have besides that, right? Fizz, Probably no surprise if you've been seeing this. I still think this is my least favorite and least powerful Bilgewater champion, but it's just nice to have an early, it's a 1-drop, right? So it'll become a 4-3 with Von Yipp, which is super relevant. It's generally easy to get him elusive in this matchup, but then what's really nice too is his champion spell is actually pretty strong in this list, right? So it's a way that your board's going wide enough anyways. Like, generally speaking, you should have always a full board with this on the turns you're swinging out. So just being able to remove one thing and get in a little bit more chip damage and then also give Fizz elusive is actually really, really strong. And because we have so many spells, it's very easy to flip him as well. And then Longtooth, you know, it's not a 1-drop, so it doesn't get the same buffs, but just a 5-1 with Overwhelm that is going to go the distance for you, right? So you just pick off whatever unit of theirs that you need to kill effectively, and it'll give you that little bit extra damage to the Nexus, which is kind of all you need in a lot of cases. Pool Shark is just nice. Again, we need a lot of draw in our deck. We need to hurry up, burn through the deck, and find Von Yipp. Now, this one's a little difficult because you do have to kind of play around, you know, what am I going to draw? So generally, I don't like playing this before turn 3. But then what's also really nice about this, let's say you've already played your Von Yipp, you have 2 of these. Once you have Von Yipp on board and you're able to start running with the combo, you're suddenly able to play multiple of these in a turn, and then on your next turn, you suddenly just have a full hand again of just pumping out more 1-drops that are going to help you if they had like static shocks and stuff to maybe clean up some low HP units, or if they just have like mystic shots and thermo beams, suddenly you're putting a pressure back on the board and refilling it. So Pool Shark, very nice in this list for what it wants to be doing. Rummage, I talked about with Chump Wump. It's just a cycle card, right? We really are playing this kind of weird combo deck where we just want to get through our deck as quick as possible, and it's going to be very, very strong. Teemo probably needs no surprise, but again, because we are playing the Puff Cap package, we can make him a 2-2, which is really nice. Sometimes you'll just get a little bit extra damage on the Nexus thanks to the mushrooms, and that's kind of why I liked going back to maybe the more Chump Wump package, which again, I apologize, it's not going to be in the games you're going to see, but it's the absolute next change that I should have had. I just didn't have enough time to refine this list through the week where it's going to appear in the videos, but Chump Wumps are also just very nice for flipping Teemo. Now, what I really want to take a moment, you're going to see this a lot in the games, is that Suit Up, this is a card I think that just, honestly, it's crazy underplayed right now. Yes, it does require you to get lucky, right? Because you only want to play this as a 2, but even sometimes when you're in a board state where you just have a go wide board, you can either use this as a value attack, I should say. So where, you know, you're swinging at the 2-2, they have a 3-3, they think they're going to live. You could put it on your guy, keep it around for the next round, and kill their unit. Or if you just need extra damage on the wide board, suddenly your 1-1 or 2-2 is becoming a 4-4, and that could be a lot to close out the games. So I still don't know the best spot for this card. I think this is like an okay shelf for it, but in general, I really want to find more uses for this card. You know, I know some people talk about like spiders and stuff because you're able to, you know, go wide enough on the board and then you can suddenly turn one into a 4-4, and it just gives you kind of a more value engine for how much damage you're getting in. But I don't think that's the best spot for it either. But this card has just been doing so much work in this list that I'm quite surprised, and I hope that there's probably somewhere else you can really find room for it. Going back there, Coral Creatures, just really nice. It's a tune, so you'll always be able to play the spell that you get. So turn 1 Fizz, turn 2 Coral Creatures, get a spell mana, play the spell, whatever it is, make Fizz elusive, and get in kind of the early damage that way. Now, again, if they're on a PNZ, or if you know they're going to have early blockers, maybe you don't want to go that route anyways. You want to kind of save up until you can combo off with Von Yipp, then into Fizz. It's really about knowing your matchup. So this is a deck that you'll get punished for very, very hard if you don't know what cards to expect from your opponent. So again, not only is it going to be a difficult deck to play because it's a combo deck, it's obviously unrefined, and there's a lot that goes into it, you can also just get punished by not knowing the matchup. So you really have to tackle this from both angles and understand that it's going to be difficult to refine the list and then also win with it in some cases if you're going against something you don't know. But Coral Creature is definitely doing some more work in this list than I initially expected. Make It Rain, we just wanted some kind of, again, cheap spell to get Fizz elusive, and then sometimes it's just good if they have like spiders or something. Spiders are everywhere in the meta still. Clean up the board, lets you get in some damage, and just generally it's an okay card, right? In the case of having both Petty Officer, because it allows you to summon a 1-drop, I guess I should show it really quick. Petty Officer has a chance to give you a random 1-cost ally, so this is better, right? If you have Von Yipp, gives you a extra unit, or if you need the control factor, right, you get a keg, you're suddenly dealing 2 damage with the Make It Rain, and that's perfectly fine as well. And again, we also want to trigger Plunder in a lot of cases, so it's just a way to save up 2 mana, trigger Plunder for Jagged Taskmaster, and then play. It's not too hard at all to save up 2 spell mana in this deck. And then kind of some of the last things, right? Static Shock, again, there's quite a few spiders out in the meta. It's just good for kind of getting that last little bit of chip damage you need. And it's just nice in some cases where you just need a point of the damage on the Nexus, draw some more cards, and all that. So it's just it's a flex spot. I won't say that it's mandatory by any means, but it's just a generally good PNZ card in this case. And then the last thing is Progress Day. So because we are playing such a low curve, all things considered, it's just a card that, you know, it costs 8. You can make a spell mana, but you need to refill your hand at some point. So it's been pretty good for me so far. You know, I don't hate seeing it when I have, and generally it's enough to get you back into the game, especially if you get like a Von Yipp off of it and then plus another double trouble. That combo has just been absolutely insane for me. So again, that's kind of a quick run through of the list. I'll have the code down in the description for you as well. I know some people like it in the comments, so I'll post it in that section as well. Again, I want to say thank you for watching these videos so far. I want to stress that Friday is going to be more fun videos. Monday is going to be more meta focused, and that's kind of how the week is going to go. So I had a lot of fun with this. I want to spend more time, brewing with these lists, but sometimes I just really want to get different ideas out there and see what else people can do with it. Hopefully this gets somebody started. If you start with this list and you make it better, absolutely, that's all I kind of want to get out of these videos and help encourage other people to try different things. Other than Teemo and Fizz, it's a very cheap deck, all things considered. So there's also like a budget version of this you could build. Like obviously the elusive is going to be good for getting you in chip damage. Using Suit Up on Teemo is insane in a lot of matchups. So obviously that's kind of the drawback of it. But this is fairly budget friendly, with Jagged Taskmaster kind of being the more expensive piece, right? Because Progress Day, you could make some exceptions there as well. So 5 Epics, not too bad. And plus a lot of these are the Progress Days you might already have if you've been playing since set 1. So anyways, that's enough rambling. I hope you guys like this look at the updated Von Yipp list. Again, definitely use this version, not the exact copy that's going to be in the videos, but you'll at least get to see how the deck plays out and the different way that the games can go. So with that, I'm going to head out. I'm going to let you all enjoy the videos for the games that we're going to be seeing. And with that, I'll see you next time. Cheers. All right, Scouts. Again, Suit Up just always being in my hand feels terrible. Always try to mulligan for the Von Yipp. Teemo's good for random plunders, and then just kind of see how this game goes. Scouts is going to be an interesting game, right? Because if they pop up with multiple attacks, it's going to feel pretty bad.
We playing bilge rules, son?
I'm gonna hope this is a toss-away turn, right? If we actually like the Von Yipp off the very top, it's gonna feel bad. It's still fine.
Trick shot.
No reason for them to block here. And again, we're just trying to dig deeper in separate board. Double Trouble's really nice if we can find the Von Yipp, but
Smell that? A bite's a cooking.
we need a bit more to get this hand going. Again, Jagged Taskmaster is nice, but it's probably going to be pretty difficult for us to trigger the Plunder in this matchup. It's still a 4-3 here, which could be nice. Makes our opponent maybe a little bit more difficult to attack us, but definitely think we, and then Teemo can go too. I think we do this first, see what we get. Okay, Suit Up feels pretty damn good.
Hand to the face. Can't fight on an empty stomach.
No kills, no entry.
I mean, not a problem, OD. We can definitely check it out after this. We do have the Von Yipp into Double Trouble, so if we can get another turn or two here, I think we'll be in a good spot. This bird is still very scary for us, though. So we want to save money until after their next turn to set this up.
Oh boy, here I go.
So we rummage, and then we can bank enough mana for Von Yipp plus Double Trouble. Which unfortunately means we have to get rid of the other two cards in our hand, but I don't think we're going to get... Like I said, the Plunder is probably not going to happen too well anyways, and we already have the main combo we want.
Tide's coming in.
It is very tempting to plunder here, I will admit.
Trouble. It found you.
Oh, so they're gonna have double removal here. That feels a bit bad. I guess we have 2 turns to set up, right? Like,
Mercy.
they're gonna attack. We have to accept that. We're gonna lose our board so that we can do like Von Yipp after they attack. Hopefully they don't have single combat and then double trouble. We still bank at least 1 here. Okay, well.
I ought to show you the sights of Bilgewater.
Okay, well, 3 challengers. We could beat 2 challengers.
On the other hand,
We definitely can't beat 3. I guess the correct play is to shoot the bird here because it has scout.
you'll pay.
I mean, Fizz is definitely dying no matter what. I imagine that's what they grab here. Again, the only good thing is like we still have our Taskmaster, which could be maybe a little bit off-putting for them. But they get a free kill something for sure. I mean, I definitely feel like they keep these 2 back.
Something the matter?
Not much we can do there. Rather just get their 4/4 off the board and call that good. Oh, we have the double Von Yipp, double trouble dream. Oh, can we afford to live another turn? I wonder.
Like this?
I think we have to go for this anyways.
In a long
Okay,
path
well,
to get
we tried. The Sith 3 is obviously probably the best possible draw for our opponent here. I mean, both these are pretty aggressive. This just gets in for 6 now. I mean, they can't block with the bird. They don't want to block with their Sithria. And okay. So they have another Sithria in their hand then?
Soldiers, to me!
Okay, so they miss on the Bannerman. The problem here is that they can kill our Von Yipp still. Right, because Misfortune plus this equals a kill. So we want to play this out a little bit differently, see if we can at least get value off this for now. Yep, 4/3 is pretty good value.
In the name of our land!
But
To get me out of here!
okay, I mean, we'll take this, right? And then Von Yipp's gonna buff it again.
Quite right, quite right. There's plenty of killing left.
All right, so we just get to live the dream here. Oh, this is gonna be a nasty turn. And we have the rally to go off.
soldiers.
Oh no! All right, well, and now we don't have 6, which is unfortunate.
Send them to the drink.
If we give him rally, that's only 14. He probably uses his Sithria to block here, though, right? We'll see what our opponent does. I mean, it's lethal, so they have to block here somehow.
Stand for what's right.
And then maybe they, like, let the rest of this through, thinking it's okay. So 4 gets through, we rally here, and then we get Longtooth as well. I mean, we're at 18. I think we can definitely take a hit. And then we have a very big Fizz.
Curses.
Oh, heck! Bounty board knows me name.
I think we have to keep the spider back just to threaten one of these. Again, the only problem is it's a 5-1, right? So it doesn't quite do too much for us, but I think we should be good. Oh, whew, we should be okay. Definitely gonna play this too if we can. But hey,
Don't need riches.
big Von Yipp, right? That's how you do it here. How much do we realistically have to block? Yes, and we'll give him elusive too, which is nice. I think we just give up one of the Von Yipps here. We go to 10, that's like a healthy amount.
I tell you. Safety will cost you.
Nice. And now if it's a rally, we at least have a barrier.
This my ship.
You're covered.
Well, that feels decent here.
Just like
Nice.
Purrfection. Don't hold back.
Oh no, this is gonna level up. I forgot. No.
Justice takes flight.
Oh, so he's gonna grab it and get the kill on it. Or no, because Valor will grab it.
Shine, Valor.
Gosh darn it.
I'll stop you.
Ever consider a hedging career?
Okay, so it doesn't die, but we are. Or I guess we have Trickster plus. They have to top deck a. Yeah, it's exactly lethal.
Stay back. Shield up.
You go to 1.
I'll stop you.
I guess we keep the Von Yipp, or the Von Yipp, right?
Closer.
1 shouldn't matter in their deck. They don't play like Make It Rain or anything. In case we had like a double trouble.
Shield up.
So yeah, this shouldn't matter.
Valor.
We actually want this on the weakest unit, so we'll kill this. Or wait, vulnerable's only till it. Oh no, this vulnerable lasts forever. Perfect. And then we just open up with warning shot. We have Trickster. That should be game. Nom 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 nom.
I'm ready.
So they're either dead or we play something in response, and then Trickster and do it again.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
There you go. We did it. GG's. Yeah, obviously the Cythria block cost them there, and definitely the Bannerman hit also, or sorry, the Bannerman miss also cost them a bit, but overall, I mean, this is pretty good showcase for it. Von Yipp gives insane value when you hit it. Like, you never want Suit Up in your hand. Are they gonna have a 1-drop? I guess they could have, like, Omen Hawk, so Fizz is kind of awkward here. And I just hope they don't have it, right? That's kind of where we're at. Double Von Yipp hands, though, sure. Yeah, I probably should have kept this spell for him, you're right. I was too focused on, like, trying to mulligan for, to get the, whatever the 4/4 card is, Suit Up. Haha, got in for damage, we did it. Unbeatable. An amazing 2/1 spell. Or unit, I should say. Who is certainly about to die.
Fight or die.
So pretty.
The Winter's Claw.
Oh my god. Why is it counterfeit copies again? I guess like the card pool for this is very small, right? But man, that's mad frustrating. All right, we got to do it to him, chat. All the Von Yipps. Oh yeah, that's 100% what we're doing here. We fired off the Von Yipps. We have yips for days.
I'll try anyway.
Keg is actually good here. Like, we can't play Von Yipp, but it gives us a 2 damage static shock, so we like block here and then can actually kill this. I mean, they might have a elixir, but I think we still have to make this play instead. And then we still block in case. Kind of sucks. He uses up all our mana, right? Like, we're very telegraphed. Does he not realize it deals 2?
Is that all?
Oh, they missed it. They literally missed it. Why you about the BMs? Why you do the BMs, my guy? Yeah, cool, you killed it. Are you feel good now? Feel good you killed Fizz, you monster? Oh!
Like this? Oh, I see.
That's kind of a horrifying text.
I tell ya. A game. Go on then.
I mean, we just Von Yipp next turn.
Trick shot.
He thinks he's safe. He thinks he's safe from the Von Yipp. Oh, that's a fleeting one? I guess that doesn't matter. Watch him just casually have another culling strike so I cry.
Winter's claw strikes. Leave nothing standing.
They're still gonna get plunder here, which sucks, but I mean, what can you do, right? I'm gonna try to line up double Von Yipp here. Yep, kind of expected. Like we have to go for a bigger play. Like our opponent's getting pretty far ahead here.
Quite right, quite right. For conquest.
God, of course.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Oh, are they just dead? Oh, please go face. Oh, please, please tell me they're, yes! Feel my wrath. Okay, I take back what I said. Counterfeit copies, Von Yipp is good shit. Is real good shit.